evening, everyone. Those here and elsewhere connecting online. Also, this evening, apologies from Justin and Kirsty. Also from Susan and John. Also from Peter. And also to note that Albertus, who often is here, is now residing in Sydney. So he won't be back for probably a good while. So now down there. And also given that we have our Sunday retreat day this coming Sunday, so people often um, make that a main thing and less likely to be along on a Thursday night. Also noting that this is the last Thursday night to be here, arrive in the dark. Next Thursday will be light at 6:30 and maybe even light at 7:30 when we finish up. So you won't need your torches. So let's settle into our evening. So having arrived here into this place, wherever we may be, we're always just here, wherever that here is. Arriving into now, the present, always only right here now. And also engaging the possibility of being aware, attentive, alert to here now. Meditation is practicing a here now knowing, being right on the spot in our life, attending to the happening of our life in each present moment. A template, an approach that we can engage beyond the meditation into ongoing, mainstream, regular life, enabling a here, now, knowing, being mindful. And before bringing attention to our breath, our reference point for the present, just relaxing our awareness down into our body, breathing out any stress, tension that may have been building in the body over the happening of this day, the happening of the week so far. Relaxing, releasing, letting go stress, tension, letting go of roles and responsibilities, issues and concerns, giving the brain, mind a break from the need to engage into the activity of thinking, enabling the possibility of knowing, attentive now knowing awareness, objective, receptive, attentive knowing, enabling some inner calm, clarity, peace, and presence. So feeling into our body with awareness, feeling our body sitting here, noticing some contact points, feet connecting with the floor, body connecting with the chair cushion or meditation stool. Our hands resting gently in our lap. Noticing the soothing movement of shoulders, chest, abdomen, belly as the body breathes. Allowing our body to breathe itself naturally, not forcing, controlling, letting our body find its own natural rhythm of breathing. Feeling that gentle rising, falling, Also noticing our face, maybe feeling the air connecting with our face. Noticing some degree of light coming in through the closed eyelids. Looking into that lightness, brightness, blankness. Maybe a few background sounds, but not being distracted or disturbed by those. And again, not engaging into the mental sight or sounds of thoughts. Rather choosing to bring awareness to our breath, feeling the natural inflow, outflow sensation of each breath, each life-giving breath, giving life to the body, and alertness and awareness to the mind. Simply sitting, being, breathing, knowing. Allowing the mind to settle into its innate nature of peace and presence. Enabling samadhi, collected concentration, composure of mind. Please help yourself to some tea if you wish. Evening, Scott. This evening is the last Thursday of the Vassa retreat period. So the 12-week period, 3 months of retreat, opportunity to develop, deepen meditation practice, looking into reflecting, learning more of the Buddha's teachings, Dharma. So a 12-week period. The end for us will be the Sunday retreat session this coming Sunday. And the actual ending of the Vassa retreat for those monastics that have entered it is on the Wednesday. But the Sunday's near enough and close enough to the full moon. So this evening, with a smaller group present tonight, maybe more people online tonight, those that couldn't get here, but reflecting upon maybe how this 12-week period has been for us, whether we have practiced any further or more meditation, longer meditations than what we maybe usually do, more focused practice, and also the Dharma practice, looking into the 10 spiritual virtues, the paramita or pāramī, Sanskrit paramita, Pali pāramī, over the 12 weeks, as a significant appreciation, perspective, and practice of the Buddha's teachings. And I find incredibly practicable, useful, pretty much every day I'm reminded of the various paramita, various virtues to engage. And as I mentioned many times before, and certainly on the first session of the retreat, introducing the paramita, that they help to make life more meaningful. They help to make the moment to moment more meaningful. Sort of like a perspective or a philosophical approach to life by engaging the paramita, that sense of like, if things are difficult, challenging, then okay, I get a chance to resource and engage one or a number of these virtues, these psychological, psycho-spiritual qualities, to help get through a difficult situation. And so that it makes the situation meaningful. It's like, wow, I got to develop patience or kindness or commitment or wisdom or compassion or equanimity or whatever it might be. So to exercise those and not just get caught up in frustration, fear, anger, or anxiety. So yes, making the moment or the situation more meaningful, exercising these virtues, which helps then for us to have them as qualities, as attributes, as part of our character. And in doing so, we're also conserving and preserving energy, not wasting energy getting caught up in clinging, condemning, reacting, resisting, denying, distracting, but conserving energy and time. So not wasting energy and time. And particularly as well, seeing that these are qualities that help to calm and clear the mind for our meditation practice. That if we're engaging these qualities in our day-to-day life, then when we come to practice meditation, whatever time of day we're doing that, then the mind is calmer and clearer, less reactive and distressed and overwhelmed by experience. And also that using these qualities in the meditation practice itself as well. So even like the microcosm of a meditation session helps to flow on into the macrocosm of life. So in meditation, if I can just be committed to the present moment and letting go, maybe engaging the right amount of energy and um, developing kindness and equanimity, then that can then flow on into the broader arena of regular life. The micro to macro correspondence can occur, as well as the fact that we are purifying our mind towards the possibility of enlightenment. Appreciating also that these qualities, as recommended by the Buddha, are qualities that lead to full, complete spiritual enlightenment, freedom. So, like, how wonderful is that? That being aware of them, engaging them, that we are on the path. The practice doesn't have to be something far out and amazing. Our practice is simply using these, engaging these, developing these in mainstream life. Easy. But obviously, at times not so easy because the default may be into the opposite of these qualities, these factors, which is why it's important to know what they are, remind ourselves of them, and even in engaging them, we're offering an example, a model, a bit of a template to others of how to engage experience, how to be in a difficult situation, how to be in a stressful situation. So that's a wonderful gift, which is the first of the paramita dana, generosity, the gift of our being to others, providing a wonderful example. This is what a human being can do in a difficult situation. So it's like, not that we have to even tell people, but just display, model, show what's possible. And that may be with people that are really close to us at home, friends, colleagues, or just people in general. We don't live in isolation. We connect with people, and so that if we can connect and share and display these virtues, then that's a wonderful, wonderful gift. It's a wonderful blessing. So that obviously the Vassa retreat will end. There'll be another Vassa retreat next year, but the practice of these virtues continues, and hopefully the more we practice them, the more we engage them, the more we become more aware of them. Um, again, they become like tools that we can resource and use in situations. We get to be more aware of what's in our toolkit and how to use the particular tools to manage life. And as I've said many times before, it's as like our life, let's say the world which then becomes our life, is becoming increasingly challenging. Even though we have uh, lots of advancements technologically and so forth, but they also bring challenges as well, even just the complexity of things to have to deal with. So that resourcing these qualities becomes a really, really important skill to be able to use for the purpose of making life easier, developing who and how we are as people, our qualities, our traits, and also to the possibility of enlightenment. There's a sense of joy in that, a sense of purpose in that. It's like life is meaningful, and especially no situation is not meaningful, because if we approach it with this attitude, even like a right view attitude, it's like, wow, there's no situation in my life, no day, no hour, no minute, no moment that is not worthwhile where I can be developing these qualities. And so that's a life well lived. There's too many people on the planet not living and leading a life well lived. But and we don't have to be doing amazing things externally, solving the world's political problems, bringing new scientific developments in medicine, creating sort of amazing works of art or music. We can be using these things, and life is worthwhile, meaningful, and wonderful. And especially given that we're a human being and we're providing an example to other human beings in terms of what is possible. So keeping the practice going. For yourselves, any thoughts, considerations, questions, comments, ideas, especially in terms of using these in your life, particularly over the last 12 weeks, the Vassa retreat? Anything sort of stood out as being significant, being a bit of a lifesaver, or being really, really helpful, saving the day, saving the moment?
Yeah, John, I think for me, the key parameter that I've focused on this Vassa has been around renunciation. Certainly, I've tried to incorporate.
And the Pali of that is? Don't look over there.
Nekama. But yeah, we tried to incorporate all of them and be aware of them, reflecting on them. But I think it feels very significant to me, that the trap of sense desire is a strong one and hard to break, and it can hold a lot of power over what we do and how we act. And obviously, that can feed greed and selfishness.
Yeah.
So to me, it's really, really, I think, I've always seen it as important, but this year it's become a real focus for me. So I mentioned at the start of the Vassa, I've got a goal of trying to practice the 8 precepts, every Sunday. It's something I'm still working towards, but definitely been using that day as a day where I'm much more conscious of sense desire, trying to eat very minimally after lunch. I haven't been able to kind of like bring my lunch forward before noon, but have breakfast, have lunch, and then after I've had lunch, try to eat very, very minimally, not have like a full meal in the evening, as a way of being aware of, sense desire, hunger and wanting to eat, nice things, but just saying, no, don't need that. I've had 2 good sized meals already. And also trying to be aware of the desire for entertainment, distractions, things that aren't really valuable and worthwhile in a practice. And so spending more time doing extra meditation, reading books about Dharma and teachings. So trying to make that more of a day about the practice and mindfulness and sense restraint. And that's really helpful, I think. Then that builds up that awareness so that flows through to the rest of the week.
Sure.
Well.
Yeah.
And, maybe you're not practicing that level, but the awareness grows stronger, and that's desire, that's greed, and I think that's where you've got to start, right? Is if you want to kind of overcome that, the first step is being aware of when it's happening and why it's happening.
And how does it feel, Brendan, to be able to reduce the wanting or desires or even the needs?
It feels good, like progress on the path. It feels, that's an achievement towards that ultimate goal, and then I'm building that skill of looking at something and not just going with the default reaction or that the sankara, is that the right word? The kind of a habit path.
Yeah.
So just not following those habits of like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat this. I'd like to have a sweet, so I'll just have it, and being able to say, well, no, I don't actually need that, and that's not helpful on the path. So,
Sure. Yeah.
So it feels good to be able to have that awareness, strengthen that part of my practice.
And I think that nekama, renunciation or relinquishment or letting go is something it's not just for monastics that are living a restricted life. It's also for anyone that's wanting to be to practice, anyone that's wanting to advance their spiritual practice and clarity and quality of mind. And also it's about how to even live or simplify one's life, live more simply. So not just the sense desires, but even things like, well, maybe I don't need to go on that holiday, or maybe I don't need to buy that. Maybe I can reduce some of the things in my life to have more simplicity. Maybe to have more time for meditation practice and things that are important, because we do often get caught into creating complexities in our life, thinking that we've got to do a lot of stuff, have a lot of stuff, but it creates more issues. And if we can be happy with less, then which is exercising renunciation, that can be wonderful.
And I think it makes dharma easier. So if I'm more aware of, well, I don't really need all these things, then it's much easier to give to others as well, be generous. So,
sure. Yeah. So in that sense, less is more. More time, more energy, more peace of mind, more well-being, more joy.
And like you said, it's really about letting go, not hanging on. So that is a huge part. If we let go of everything completely, then you're that much closer to enlightenment.
And as long as it's a real letting go, not just a pushing away, because one can have restraint and even say, no, I'm not going to have it, but there's still a desire in there, because it's not just about the thing, it's also about the desire that's there as well. Certainly, Ajahn Chah said, let go a little, have a little peace. Let go a lot, have a lot of peace. Let go completely, have complete peace.
Mindfulness underlies all those key points that you talked about, what you do on a Sunday, seeing what is arising in your mind and not going for it. But that base, we need the strong awareness or mindfulness to know that that's happening. And that's maybe the Sundays are a little bit slower and it's a little bit easier, but it's difficult to bring up that mindfulness all the time.
Yeah, mindfulness is the key, because as you're saying, Sonia, if you're not mindful, you find that you're already got the fridge opened, or you're already eating. It's like, oh, I was going to renounce, I was going to sort of have less, or you're angry. Yeah. So mindfulness is the key. And the Buddha said, mindfulness is the path to the deathless. Mindlessness is the path to death. The mindful do not die. The mindless live as if dead already. No, so it's pardon?
It's a very good news.
Yeah.
So it's really about that quality of mindfulness, sometimes translated as heedfulness. That's really, really important, because even with all the paramita, we can go, oh, well, yes, that's wonderful, and I want to engage them. But if we're not mindful, we forget. We just get caught up in the clinging, condemning, reacting, resisting, denying, distracting, and which can often be the underlying default at times, as opposed to, oh, be mindful. I can actually engage a particular virtue here. So mindfulness is really, really important for the practice, which is why also the meditation is exercising and strengthening our quality of mindfulness. Be aware in the present moment, as if your life depends upon it. You know, an in-breath, an out-breath, an in-breath, an out-breath. Yeah. You know, where the Buddha said that the mindfulness and the clarity and the focus that you need is the sort that if you were walking through let's say, imagine a person walking through a busy bazaar market with the urn on top of the head, filled to the top with oil, and knowing that if you had even a drop spill out, someone behind you with a big scimitar sword is going to take your head off.
I think it's hot oil even. I've heard the story with hot oil.
Oil.
Yes.
I could
Be very mindful.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, just be mindful.
Was it a good idea? Just be mindful.
Okay, it's just a metaphor or an analogy, or simile, but yes, to be intent upon one's mindfulness. Really, really important, and hence the meditation is exercising that. And even in the meditation, to go, okay, well, for the next 30 minutes of the meditation, I'm going to notice every breath as if my life depends upon it. Don't miss an in-breath, don't miss an out-breath.
One thing I've become more aware of, more mindful of, is in meditation when I'm trying to get something out of the meditation, like we're trying to get somewhere with the meditation, and realizing that okay, there's not really something to get in the meditation. There's more. It's about letting go and just being there in the meditation. So yeah, that's something that I found really helpful as well, to be aware of. Okay, I'm searching for something in the meditation versus just letting the meditation happen.
Yeah. Which is not then being here, being now, and being aware. Especially if there's wanting something that's not here, wanting into the future. I don't have it, but I want it, and trying to get somewhere, some different place from here. And even the wanting is not a knowing. It's just it's a wanting. It's generally a thinking. And all comes back to self. Somebody that's wanting something. Even if the thing that's we're wanting is to not have something. I'm wanting to be free from something or other. Still a wanting.
Yeah. When pain comes up in the body or something, when you've been sitting for a while, it's like, okay, I don't want the pain. Or it's just pain. It's just a sensation.
Well, it's back into self. Reference point self.
Yeah.
Objectifying something. I don't want that. Duality. But if there's no one there, there's just awareness, then there's no one suffering.
Yeah, I try to imagine that, okay, there's just a body here that's breathing, and that's it.
Any other thoughts or questions, comments about the retreat or the virtues?
Yeah, I've been it's been I don't know the right words, funny period for me. I guess I haven't felt like I'm on retreat and I'm focused and intent, and that practice has been a bit, at some points getting a bit more, and other points actually falling over. And then but I do feel like I've been reflecting on the parameters more. And then I'll kind of remember them at some point, and and then I'll get lost again. Feel like they have started kind of, I don't know how to put it through, doing that bit of medicine.
Yeah,
the work is that's reflecting, and I think probably wisdom seems important for me this time in terms of balancing them and directing them appropriately in kind of complex, life and self. It's probably
Wisdom, we could even say, is like mindfulness. Wisdom is something that each of the parameter, including wisdom itself, requires wisdom to be aware of. Is it appropriate to use this one or another one? The right balance, the right degree of using a certain virtue. Otherwise, we can use a virtue, but maybe we're using it in an unskillful, unhelpful way. This morning I was doing my exercises, and I usually have a set routine of exercises which I do, and like to complete the particular set, and including the time involved, and putting in energy, being patient with the body, commitment. But I should have noticed that, okay, there's body's cramping up, there's pain happening. I should let go of my resolve. And so I've been in pain all day, sitting in pain now, back sort of, stuffed up. I've been taking medication all day to anti-inflammatories.
It's a meta for the back.
So
Resolve.
And Hannah reminded me, John, you need to be, use your wisdom. Don't, if you start to feel the body cramping up, don't just push through, commitment, resolve. It's like, stop. Yes, that's some wisdom. So wisdom's really important for using these. Otherwise, we can use them wrongly, and they become a problem. And also, Scott, you mentioned about sort of in and out with the sort of the focus or the sense of a retreat. In a way, it's like even just the idea of 3 months. That's sort of one level of looking at, okay, a block of time, but really the retreat is every moment. Can I be aware this moment? If I have an upbringing, awareness into this moment. So it's like an ongoing commitment to be mindful in the moment, engage the moment skillfully, resource a virtue, which we're often doing ordinarily. We're being patient, we're being sort of putting in the right effort and so forth. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm getting stressed. What do I need to do? Okay, extra patience or whatever. But in a sense, the retreat is life. So all the sort of attitudes and approaches and ways in which we can be on retreat, we just, okay, well, life is the retreat. I'm living my life, and if I can have that sort of retreat attitude to my life, then that's again a life well lived. Doesn't have to be on retreat. You practice, and outside of retreat, it's whatever goes. It's like, no, it's about life is the retreat. Here we are. It begins and it ends. And it gets better and better the more we have that approach.
I had the opportunity to practice some patience when I was down in Sydney and walking around the busy streets, and people are, perhaps not paying attention and perhaps a bit rude and jostling. And
More
So
people
glad
running
that
into
they're
you
doing-
sort of because they're looking down
They're
here.
looking at their phone. I'm like, they're walking to me. But just realizing, okay, is it just humans being humans, and they're perhaps ignorant of a lot of the parameter, unfortunately, and so very wrapped up in their own needs, aware of others, and just okay. That's just how people are. So I'll just keep my judgments to myself, and accept the situation and be patient.
Yeah, again, there's no place, no time, no situation, no circumstance that we can't find worth in resourcing and using the parameter. That's what the practice is.
Yeah.
Well, on Sunday we'll look into the last two, metta and upekkha, so kindness and equanimity. And then the following Thursday, which will be next Thursday, we can have a bit more of a retreat debrief as well. And those that weren't on the retreat, just hearing how it was for others, and sharing any sort of further ideas, questions, and comments. So thanks for coming out tonight. Have a good evening and a good week, and see you next time. Thank you.